Hi, my name is David Fechter. We are at Shalom Wildlife in West Bend, Wisconsin, and today we are celebrating the birthday of our Syrian brown bears, Lewis and Clark. They are world famous bears. They're followed by about 300 million people. And so every January 20th around there, because that's their birth date, we have a party. People bring in food like celery and apples and oranges and peanut butter and jelly and all the things that bears would like to eat. And so we put a big pile in, we open the door, let them come on out and watch them celebrate with us.
What'd you have this year? I saw a number of pies.
Oh yeah, some pecan pies, blueberry pies, cherry pies, any kind of pie you can imagine, different kinds of cakes as well.
Who's the showman back there that you got now?
The big guy there, that's Clark. He's kind of the dominant of the two bears. Lewis, his brother, he's kind of like the jealous little bear, kind of the naughty little boy, where Clark is the dominant bear. But eventually they'll both be at it.
And if you could name, some of the treats that they had out there, it looked like about 15 pies.
Yeah, it was 15 pies, all the different varieties, like I mentioned, lots of apples, celery, honey, of course, oranges, lots of apples. They love apples. And they take the apples and they don't eat it like we eat an apple. They actually smash it and make applesauce out of it.
What's on the pie tins?
The pie tin, well, we just hang the pie tins there for them because it's a shiny, noisy item. And because bears are so intelligent, by putting something new like the straw bales in there, it's something that they haven't seen before. They've had pies, they've had apples, so this stuff that's new is what really intrigues them.
And your cake?
The cake, I think it was a chocolate cake. It was donated, so I'm not sure. I didn't take a bite.
Does that surprise you that they're playing with the hay bales?
It doesn't surprise me. That's why we put it in, because they get food every day. We feed them all year long, and that's why our bears do not hibernate. And so the boxes, the pie pans, the straws, the bale, these are things that they don't get every day, so it's a new thing for them.
Sure. So talk a little bit about, David, when you first got them. Where were they from? How big were they?
Okay, they came from another zoo, and they weighed 4 pounds. They were twin brothers. And they lived in our house for about the first 30 days, little babies, like little baby people. They're just like humans. They're extremely intelligent. You have to bottle feed them. You have to, potty train them and all that. You don't really potty train them, but you got the things with going to the bathroom. And then when they were about a month old, they were too big to have in the house, so we moved them out to a barn, a large building, and then we built them an exhibit, or a cage for them, and then it took about a whole year to build this big exhibit here. So they have about an acre with their own pond, their house. They got paradise.
And how big are they growing annually?
Right now they're kind of tapering off. They're at about 600 pounds, and they may put on another 50 or 100, and then they'll be full grown. Anything that is their favorite, or? They love celery, I would say. In the wild, brown bears are actually vegetarians. They prefer that, but they'll eat everything. They're omnivores, but they eat a lot of plants. So they really love celery. They like peanut butter and jelly. Those are their favorites, I would say. Anything
that's kind of an anomaly in regards to caring for the bear, that unless we'd be attached to your hip 24/7, something unique about them?
Well, they're just like humans. Honestly, they truly are. They love us. We love them. We don't go in by them anymore, and the reason we don't go in is they're so large that they'd be so excited to see us that they would probably hurt us playing with us. And because there's a jealousy between the two bears, if we gave one more attention than the other may attack one or maybe even attack us. And so, but every day, they're in there. They have a holding area that we bring them into. We still pet them. They still lick our face, and we still scratch their back. And bears have a unique way of saying that they love you, and that is by winking their eyes at the same time. So we do it to them, they do it to us. We also breathe into their nose. They have a keen sense of smell, and they know our breath, our smell. And so when I go up to them, I give them a little whiff, so they know my voice. They're just like people.
Are you or your wife, are they like the alpha, or do they choose between the two of you who has a better, I don't know, calling them or their response? Well,
when they were very little, Clark was my favorite, and Lewis was my wife's favorite. And so we each have our own little favorite, and they recognize us. So when my wife let's say, just comes down by herself, Clark might come in first, and she'll be playing with him. And as soon as Lewis comes in, Clark knows, okay, that's Mama's baby, time to leave. And then he leaves, and then Lewis gets the attention then.
Sure. You guys are quite the gem of a facility here in Washington County.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for the party.
You bet.